My brother-in-law invested $9,800 of my inheritance into crypto without telling me, lost it all in 48 hours, said, "You should thank me for trying. Now my sister says I'm tearing the family apart by wanting repayment. My grandfather died 4 months ago and left me $9,800. It was supposed to be my emergency fund. I had the check sitting on my counter for 2 days because I was planning to deposit it that Friday when I had time off. My sister has a spare key to my apartment because she watches my cat when I travel for work. Apparently she came over Tuesday morning with her husband to borrow my steam cleaner, and he saw the check. He took a photo of it, endorsed my signature, mobile deposited it into his account. Then he put all $9,800 into some cryptocurrency that his investment group chat was pumping. This was Wednesday. By Friday morning it had crashed to $340. I found out when I went to deposit the check and the bank told me it had already been cashed. I called my sister freaking out and she got really quiet and said, "Okay, don't be mad, but we can explain." They came over an hour later and that's when her husband dropped the bomb. He actually said the words, "You weren't doing anything with it anyway, just letting it sit there losing value to inflation." I said, "You committed fraud. You forged my signature and stole $10,000. My sister jumped in with, "It's not stealing, he was trying to help you. He's really good at crypto and he thought he could double it for you." In 48 hours? Are you hearing yourself right now? Her husband had the nerve to look annoyed. He said, "This is why poor people stay poor. You don't understand opportunity when you see it. I've made $40,000 this year on crypto. Then pay me back the $9,800 with your $40,000. He laughed. Like actually laughed. That's not how investing works. Sometimes you lose. I took a calculated risk with your money and it didn't pan out. That's part of the game. You need to grow up and accept that. I told him to get out of my apartment. My sister started crying and said I was being cruel and that they were just trying to help me because I don't know anything about building wealth. I said the only thing getting built was a police report and a lawsuit if I didn't have my money back in 72 hours. That was 6 days ago. I filed a police report. I sent them both a formal demand letter I paid a lawyer $400 to write. My sister has called me 31 times. 31, I'm not exaggerating, I counted. She leaves voicemails crying about how I'm tearing the family apart over money, how her husband made a mistake but he had good intentions, how grandpa would be disappointed in me for not forgiving family. My mom called yesterday and said I'm being vindictive and that I should just accept the loss because family is more important than money. I told her that her son-in-law committed bank fraud and forgery and if the roles were reversed she'd be calling the cops herself. She said, "That's different," but couldn't explain how. The police report is filed. The detective told me it's a clear case of fraud but they need to do their investigation. My brother-in-law's investment group is apparently just 5 guys from his gym sharing Telegram pump and dump schemes. The crypto he bought doesn't even exist anymore. The website is gone. My sister sent me a text this morning saying they can't afford to pay me back because they have a mortgage and car payments and real responsibilities, and that I'm selfish for prioritizing money over her marriage. She said if I don't drop the police report her husband could lose his job. He works at a bank, ironically, and then how will they survive? I told her he should have thought about that before he forged a legal document and stole my inheritance. She blocked me. Half my family is saying I'm overreacting. The other half isn't saying anything at all. My aunt told me privately that she thinks I'm doing the right thing but she can't say it publicly because my mom will make her life hell. Nobody wants to go against my sister because she throws tantrums and makes everything about her. But this was my grandfather's money. He worked 35 years as a plumber and saved everything he could and he left it to me. Not to my sister's husband. Not to some fake internet coin. To me. And now it's just gone because some guy thought he was smarter than everyone else and decided my money was his playground. Am I the butthole for refusing to drop the charges and demanding every cent back even though it might destroy my sister's marriage and get her husband fired? The detective called me Thursday morning and said they're moving forward with charges. Bank fraud, forgery, identity theft. 3 felonies. My brother-in-law could be looking at 2 to 5 years if convicted. I threw up after I hung up. Not because I felt guilty. Because I realized this was actually real and there was no going back. My sister showed up at my apartment an hour later. I don't know how she knew, maybe the police contacted them. She was standing in the hallway when I opened the door and her face was blotchy and swollen. She pushed past me without asking and started pacing my living room. They arrested him at work, she said. In front of everyone, his boss put him on immediate leave. They're doing an internal investigation now because apparently you can't work at a bank with pending fraud charges. He's going to lose everything. He stole $10,000 from me. It was a mistake. He thought he was helping. I just stared at her. He forged my signature. He took a photo of my inheritance check and deposited it into his account without telling me. Then he gambled it away on fake internet money. Which part of that was trying to help me? She sat down on my couch and put her face in her hands. We talked to a lawyer. He said the best option is for us to pay you back and for you to drop the charges. We can do a payment plan. $500 a month. That's 20 months. Almost 2 years. We don't have it all at once. Our mortgage is $2,400 a month and his car payment is $680 and we have credit card debt and I just found out I'm pregnant. That stopped me cold. You're pregnant? 8 weeks. And now my husband might go to prison and lose his job and we're going to lose the house and it's all because you won't just let this go. She was screaming now. Actually screaming. It's just money. Grandpa's dead. He doesn't care what happens to it. But you're going to destroy my entire life over a stupid check. Get out. No. You need to listen to me. I'm your sister. I have always been there for you and now when I need you to just be reasonable and drop this you're acting like I'm some stranger. He made a mistake. People make mistakes. He committed 3 felonies. Because he was trying to help you. You're so stubborn and stupid about money, you don't invest, you don't save properly, you just let it sit in a checking account doing nothing. He saw an opportunity and yes he should have asked first but his intentions were good. I walked to the door and opened it. Get out of my apartment or I'm calling the police right now. She stood up and her whole body was shaking. If you do this, we're done. I will never speak to you again. Mom won't either. You'll have no one. I'd rather have no one than have a sister who thinks her husband stealing from me is my fault. She left, slammed the door so hard my cat ran under the bed. My mom called 10 minutes later. What did you say to her? She's hysterical. I told her everything. The pregnancy, the threats, all of it. My mom was quiet for a long time. Then she said, maybe you should consider the payment plan. This is getting out of hand. Out of hand? Mom, he stole from me. And he's willing to pay it back. That shows remorse. But if he goes to jail he can't pay you anything and your sister will be a single mother and they'll lose their house. Is that what you want? To destroy their lives? I want my money back. You'll get it back. Just drop the charges and let them pay you monthly. Why does he have to go to jail? Because what he did is illegal. She sighed like I was being difficult. You know what your problem is? You've always held grudges, even when you were little. Someone wrongs you and you just can't let it go. Your sister needs you right now and you're being selfish. I hung up on her. That was 4 days ago. I haven't heard from my sister since. My mom has called twice but I didn't answer. The detective said the DA's office is reviewing the case and will likely file formal charges within 2 weeks. My brother-in-law's lawyer sent me a letter offering $9,800 paid over 18 months at $545 per month with a signed agreement that I'll drop all charges and sign a statement saying it was a misunderstanding. There was a note paper clipped to it in my sister's handwriting. Please, I'm begging you, think about the baby. I showed it to my own lawyer, the one who wrote the demand letter. She said accepting payment doesn't mean the criminal case goes away. The state is prosecuting now, not me. I can't drop charges even if I wanted to. It's out of my hands. I called my sister and told her that. She said, you started this, you can stop it, stop lying. Then she hung up. My aunt, the one who said privately she supported me, called yesterday. She said my mom is telling everyone I'm trying to send an expecting father to prison over an honest mistake. That I'm jealous of my sister's marriage and her pregnancy. That I've always been vindictive and this proves it. Is that what you think? I asked her. No, she said quietly. But I can't say that out loud. I'm sorry. So now I'm the family villain. My grandfather's money is gone. My sister's husband is facing felony charges. She's pregnant and might lose her house. And everyone is acting like I'm the one who caused this by not just letting him steal from me without consequences. The $340 that's left from the crypto is still sitting in his account. He won't even give me that. Am I wrong for letting this go to court instead of accepting a payment plan and trying to make this go away? The DA filed formal charges on Monday. 3 felony counts. My brother-in-law's arraignment is in 2 weeks. My sister sent me a photo of an ultrasound. No message, just the picture. Black and white blob that's supposed to be my niece or nephew. I stared at it for 20 minutes trying to figure out what response she wanted from me. I didn't send anything back. She called from my mom's phone an hour later. I picked up thinking it was my mom and heard my sister's voice instead. Did you get it? Yeah. And what? Congratulations, I guess. That's all you have to say? Your niece or nephew and you guess congratulations? Her voice was shaking. Do you even care that this baby's father might be in prison when they're born? I care that their father stole $10,000 from me. Oh my God, you're so cold. How did we even grow up in the same house? How are you this heartless? I hung up. She called back immediately from her own phone. I blocked it. Then she called from my mom's phone again and I made the mistake of answering. You can't just block me out. This is serious. He's talking to a public defender now because we can't afford a real lawyer, and do you know what they told him? They told him he's probably going to have to take a plea deal because the evidence is too strong. 2 years minimum. He forged my signature and stole my inheritance. It wasn't like that, he was trying to invest it. You make it sound like he just took the money for himself. He did take it for himself. He put it in his account. He made the decision. He lost it. None of that involved me or my permission. She was crying now. Please. I'm begging you. Talk to the DA. Tell them you don't want to press charges. Tell them it was a family misunderstanding. The detective already told me it doesn't work that way. The state is prosecuting. I can't stop it. You could try. You could tell them you don't want this. They'd listen to you. No, they wouldn't. And I don't want to stop it. Silence. Then, I hope you're happy. I hope when you're old and alone you remember this moment and realize you destroyed your own family over money that you didn't even earn. Grandpa would be ashamed of you. She hung up before I could respond. My mom came to my apartment Wednesday. I made the mistake of opening the door thinking it was a package delivery and she pushed past me the same way my sister had. We need to talk. I don't want to talk. Well, that's too bad because I'm your mother and you're going to listen. She sat down at my kitchen table uninvited. Your sister is falling apart. She's not eating, she's not sleeping, her doctor is worried about the pregnancy. Her husband is having panic attacks. And for what? Because you won't just let this go? Because he committed fraud. Stop saying that word like it means something. He made a bad investment choice. Yes, he should have asked you first, but his heart was in the right place. His heart was in a pump and dump crypto scheme with guys from his gym. My mom's face went red. You think you're so smart, don't you? So much better than everyone else. Your sister has stood by you through everything and now when she needs you, you turn your back on her. She stood by me through what exactly? When you lost your job 3 years ago, who helped you with rent? I paid her back every cent. When you had that health scare, who drove you to appointments? Once. She drove me once and complained the whole time that it made her late for brunch. My mom stood up. You've always been jealous of her. Since you were kids. She got married, bought a house, and now she's having a baby, and you can't stand it. So you're sabotaging her happiness. By wanting my stolen money back? By refusing to forgive? By holding on to this grudge? Family forgives each other. That's what we do. Family doesn't steal from each other. She grabbed her purse. When you're ready to apologize and fix this mess you created, you know where to find me. Until then, don't call me. She left. I haven't spoken to her since. Yesterday I got a message on Facebook from my brother-in-law's mother. I didn't even know she had Facebook. The message said, I raised a good man who made one mistake and you're ruining his life. I pray you never have children because God helped them with a mother as unforgiving as you. I blocked her. Then I got an email from my sister with the subject line, from your niece or nephew. I shouldn't have opened it. The email said, Dear Aunt, my daddy made a mistake but he's a good person and mommy says you hate us and want daddy to go away. Why are you so mean? Don't you want to meet me? Love, baby. I threw my phone across the room. It hit the wall and cracked the screen. My lawyer called this morning. She said my brother-in-law's attorney contacted her with a new offer. They'll pay me the full $9,800 upfront if I agree to write a letter to the DA asking for leniency and stating that I've been fully compensated and don't wish to see him incarcerated. Where are they getting $9,800 upfront? I asked. He didn't say. Probably borrowed it. From who? Does it matter? I thought about it. What happens if I take the money and don't write the letter? You'd have your money back but he'd still face charges. The restitution might help him at sentencing but it wouldn't make the charges go away. And if I do write the letter? It might influence the DA but there's no guarantee. They might still prosecute fully. Or they might offer a better plea deal. I told her I'd think about it. But here's the thing. If I take their money, everyone will act like that makes it okay. Like getting repaid erases what he did. My family will expect me to write the letter and forgive him and show up to family dinners and hold the baby and pretend none of this happened. And if I don't take it and he goes to prison, I'm the villain who destroyed a pregnant woman's life over money. Am I supposed to just take the money and let everyone pretend he didn't commit 3 felonies? I found out where they got the $9,800. My brother-in-law's parents took out a loan against their paid-off house. 30 years of mortgage payments, finished 5 years ago, and now they have a $15,000 lien on it because their son committed fraud. His mother called me from a number I didn't recognize. I answered thinking it was the DA's office. I hope you're satisfied, she said. We're 68 years old and we just mortgaged our home to fix your family's mess. I didn't say anything. Your grandfather would be disgusted. Family doesn't do this to each other. But you wouldn't know anything about family, would you? You've always been selfish. Even as a child, your mother told me you never shared, never compromised. I didn't ask you to take out a loan. What choice did we have? Our son is facing prison. His wife is pregnant. You backed us into a corner and now you're acting like we chose this. Your son stole my inheritance. It was a mistake. How many times do we have to say it? He thought he was helping. But you're so vindictive you can't see past your own bitterness. She was crying now. Actual sobbing. We're going to lose our house. Do you understand that? If he goes to prison and can't work, we can't make the loan payments. We'll lose everything we built. I hung up. The money showed up in my account the next day. All $9,800. Wire transfer with a memo that said, restitution payment in full. My lawyer called an hour later. Did you receive the funds? Yes. And the letter? Are you writing it? I thought about his mother crying. About my sister's ultrasound photo. About my mom telling me I'd destroyed the family. No. Silence. Then, you understand this might not help him at sentencing? Paying you back doesn't erase the charges. I know. Then why did they pay? Because they're desperate. She sighed. I'll let his attorney know. My sister found out I had the money but wouldn't write the letter. She showed up at my work. Actually came into the office and asked for me at reception. My boss had to come get me because I was in a meeting. She was standing in the lobby with her hand on her stomach, wearing maternity clothes even though she's barely showing. Her eyes were swollen. Can we talk outside? We went to the parking lot. She was shaking. His parents gave you everything they had and you still won't help him? I didn't ask them to do that. You know what the lawyer said? He said even with restitution, the DA wants to make an example out of him because he worked at a bank. They're pushing for the maximum sentence. 4 years. He worked at a bank and still committed bank fraud. Stop talking like a robot. This is my husband, the father of my baby. And you're acting like he's some stranger who means nothing. People were staring. A couple coworkers had come outside for a smoke break and were pretending not to listen. You got your money back, my sister said. You got exactly what you wanted. Why can't you just let this end? Because it's not about the money anymore. Then what is it about? Revenge? Punishment? Making sure I suffer? It's about the fact that he thought my money was his to gamble with. That you thought I should just accept it. That everyone in this family thinks forgiveness means pretending it never happened. She stepped closer. Her voice dropped. If you don't write that letter, I will never forgive you. When this baby is born, you will never meet them. When there are birthdays and holidays and graduations, you won't be there. You'll be alone. Is that what you want? If that's what it costs. She slapped me, right there in the parking lot in front of my coworkers. Open palm across my face hard enough that my glasses flew off. I hate you, she said. I wish you weren't my sister. She left. I picked up my glasses. One lens was cracked. My boss came out and asked if I was okay. I said yes and went back inside. Sat through the rest of my meetings with a red handprint on my cheek and a cracked lens. My mom heard about it within an hour. Called me screaming that I'd pushed my pregnant sister to violence, that I should be ashamed, that if anything happens to the baby it's my fault. I blocked her number. The arraignment is in 6 days. My lawyer said I might be called to give a victim impact statement at sentencing if he takes a plea. She asked if I'd be willing to do it. What would I say? How his actions impacted you. The emotional and financial harm. Whatever you want the judge to know. I haven't decided yet. My aunt, the one who said she supported me privately, sent me a text. They're planning to have the whole family at the arraignment. Showing support for him. Your mom is organizing it. Just thought you should know. So my entire family is going to sit in a courtroom and support the man who stole from me while I sit on the other side. If I even go, part of me wants to skip it. Let the legal system handle it and stay out of it completely. But another part of me thinks I should be there. That I should look him in the eye when he has to stand in front of a judge and answer for what he did. I don't know what I'm supposed to do anymore. I have my money back but I've lost my family. He's facing prison and his parents might lose their house and my sister's marriage is falling apart and everyone says it's my fault for not just letting it go. I went to the arraignment. Sat in the back row on the prosecutor's side of the courtroom while my entire family filled the benches behind my brother-in-law. 17 people showed up for him. I counted. My mom, my sister, his parents, aunts, uncles, cousins I hadn't seen in years. All of them wearing nice clothes like they were going to church. My sister had her hand on her stomach the whole time, making sure everyone could see. I wore jeans and the same cracked glasses from when she slapped me. Didn't fix them. Wanted to remember. My brother-in-law walked in wearing a suit that looked new. His lawyer stood next to him while the judge read the charges. Bank fraud, forgery, identity theft. He pled not guilty. The whole thing took maybe 8 minutes. When it was over, his lawyer approached me in the hallway. My client would like to speak with you. No, just 2 minutes. Please. My brother-in-law walked over before I could leave. Up close he looked terrible. Lost weight, dark circles, hands shaking. I'm sorry, he said. I know that doesn't mean anything now but I need you to hear it. I made a horrible decision and I've destroyed everything. My marriage, my career, my parents' security. All of it. His voice cracked. I thought I could make your money grow and instead I lost it all and I've spent every day since wishing I could go back and just leave that check alone. I didn't say anything. Please write the letter. I'm begging you. Not for me. For my kid. They deserve to have their father around. You should have thought about that before you committed 3 felonies. He started crying right there in the courthouse hallway. Actual sobs. His lawyer put a hand on his shoulder and guided him away. My sister watched the whole thing from across the hall. She didn't come over, just stared at me with this look I'd never seen before. Not anger, something emptier. The plea deal came 3 weeks later. 2 years in federal prison, 3 years probation, $25,000 in fines, and permanent prohibition from working in banking or finance. His lawyer said it was the best they could do. The DA wouldn't budge on prison time. He took it. Sentencing is scheduled for next month. My sister had the baby early. 34 weeks. A girl. She texted me a photo from the hospital with no message. Just this tiny red-faced thing in a plastic bassinet hooked up to wires. I didn't respond. My aunt told me they named her after our grandmother. The one who died when we were kids. Said my sister cried through the whole delivery because her husband wasn't allowed to be there. He'd been arrested 2 days before for violating his bail conditions, something about trying to access his old work computer remotely. His sentencing got moved up. Happens in 2 weeks now instead of next month. The DA is pushing for the full 4 years because of the bail violation. My brother-in-law's parents lost their house. Couldn't make the loan payments after he lost his job. They're living with my sister now in her 2-bedroom house with a newborn. His mother won't speak to me. Literally turns around and walks away if she sees me in public. I ran into my mom at the grocery store last week. She was buying diapers. Didn't acknowledge me. Walked right past like I was invisible. My sister sent me one final message 3 days ago. I hope it was worth it. I hope every time you think about that money you remember what it cost. I deleted it without responding. The $9,800 is still sitting in my savings account. Haven't touched it. Can't bring myself to spend it on anything. It just sits there with my grandfather's name on the deposit memo. Estate distribution. I thought getting it back would feel like justice. Like winning, but I just feel hollow. My brother-in-law reports to federal prison in 6 weeks. My sister will be alone with a preemie and his parents in a house they can barely afford. His mother and father will spend their retirement years in financial ruin. My family hasn't spoken to me in 2 months. And I have $9,800 that I can't even look at without feeling sick. I didn't write the letter. Never even considered it after everything. But I keep wondering if there was some other way this could have gone. Some version where he faced consequences but didn't take everyone else down with him. My lawyer said the case is closed on my end. I'm not required to attend sentencing. She said I should move on, that I did the right thing, that his choices led to his consequences. But my niece will grow up without her father for the first 2 years of her life. His parents will never recover financially. My sister will raise a baby alone while working full-time and supporting 3 adults on 1 income. I got my money back. He's going to prison. Everyone who supported him is suffering. So why does it feel like I lost everything too?